She was taken aback and hesitated before asking, "What do you mean by that? Are you implying we should do it right here?" His voice trembled with surprise and uncertainty. He realized that in order to truly forget that woman, he needed to seek out new experiences that could help heal his broken heart and bring him a sense of renewal and hope. He felt a rush of emotions as he recalled the new experiences he had never encountered before, each moment leaving him both amazed and grateful for the journey. Jaiwan hesitated, whispering to herself that no matter what, doing this here felt overwhelmingly daunting. Jaiwan found herself trembling, muttering that regardless of the circumstances, carrying out this act in this place was truly unsettling. She was surprised and confused, and exclaimed, "Wait, why did you do that?" His aunt looked at him with a mixture of surprise and concern, asking softly, "Really? You still haven't found what you're looking for, have you?" He observed on the screen that she was filled with excitement, a bright smile illuminating her face and eyes sparkling with joy. He recalled how it happened right before the staff's eyes, and astonishingly, it continued even throughout the live broadcast. In the end, she was completely soaked, water streaming down her face and clothes. She couldn't help but feel a wave of embarrassment when she realized how openly she was describing it. "Ah, the awkwardness of that moment," she explained, trembling, that her body had responded involuntarily, beyond the control of her own will. The aunt looked at him with a gentle smile and asked softly, "Was that enough for you?" She hoped her words conveyed her caring concern and understanding. She chuckled softly, a hint of sympathy in her voice, and then gently assured her aunt, "I know it wasn't enough, was it? Don't worry, I will make sure to fulfill it for you." Jaiwan wondered softly, almost breathlessly, if deep down he had always intended to do this all along. She couldn't hide his surprise and a hint of nervousness as he whispered, The director looked around anxiously and asked if anyone had seen Kyunga Sunbae, concern evident in his voice. He asked about Ms. Kyunga with a hint of concern, wondering, "How is Kyunga Sunbae doing?" Mentioned that her condition seemed somewhat unusual throughout the live broadcast, which made him feel concerned. He was deeply concerned that she might be overwhelmed with unnecessary feelings of guilt, even though she hadn't done anything wrong. Suggested checking near the restrooms, believing she had headed that way right after they finished. He reassured her that there was no need for concern, as the audience numbers for today's program had exceeded expectations, filling him with relief and joy. Decided to inform her about it, feeling grateful for the guidance from the director. He sincerely appreciated the support and wanted to express his thanks. He wondered aloud, feeling a tinge of sadness and frustration, is there really anything worth being grateful for? Kyunga Sunbae surely feels joyful knowing that a young man cares deeply for her and attentively supports her emotional well-being. Ms. Kyunga certainly possesses a certain charm that can easily captivate a man's interest. He wondered aloud if they should head towards the restrooms, didn't he? Kyunga Sunbae's voice was truly mesmerizing. It had a way of touching everyone's hearts and leaving a lasting impression. He wondered aloud, what could that be? Is she really crying inside? And she's using this to block the doorway? The confusion and concern in his voice were unmistakable. In the past, she would often be overwhelmed with sadness, quietly shedding tears alone whenever she made a mistake during a broadcast, feeling a deep sense of disappointment and frustration within herself. He wondered if he should say something to lift her spirits when she finally stepped out, hoping to bring a little comfort to her troubled heart. Wondered if he should begin by recommending that she indulge in something sweet to boost her spirits. He felt a pang of sympathy, but even he thought that might be a bit too much sweetness for her to handle. He wondered what might happen if she were so moved that she instinctively embraced him. If he had known this was possible, he thought he should have worked on his chest muscles a bit more to prepare. He couldn't help but feel a mix of surprise and amusement at the idea. He wondered how much longer Kyunga Sunbae would continue to weep. He questioned the endless tears streaming down Kyunga Sunbae's face, filled with a mix of concern and sorrow. He wished she would stop crying and step out, hoping for her comfort and relief from her distress. Jaiwan decided to go ahead first, hoping she could follow once she assessed the situation. She hesitated for a moment, feeling a mix of concern and determination. Then gently told him, "I'll leave now, and you can come after you've checked everything." Okay? He wondered what he would do if he ever met someone else, feeling a mix of curiosity and apprehension about such a possibility. Kyunga Sunbae was shocked to see Yeo Juliak suddenly there, her eyes widening with surprise and disbelief. He said, "Why did it take you so long?" "I've been standing here for quite a while, feeling increasingly anxious." nervously asked what had brought her to that place. He looked at her with concern and asked, "What do you mean?" "I've been waiting here because I was really worried about you," Sunbae wondered aloud. "Who was it that you were just speaking with?" His voice tinged with curiosity and a hint of concern, eager to understand the situation. She stammered, "When did I ever say I was speaking to someone else? I was only talking to myself, just myself, haha." Wondered aloud, "Really? Ah, but more importantly, Sunbae, please accept this." He wondered softly, What's that?" His eyes filled with concern as he remembered how she had been crying earlier, overwhelmed by her mistake during the broadcast. Believed she might appreciate some comforting treats. She responded softly, "Ah, thank you so much." He nervously confessed to his Sunbae, expressing his wish to buy him a drink that day as a way to comfort him, asking softly, "Would you like that?" Judiak hesitated for a moment before suggesting kindly, "Maybe we should move over there and talk for a while." He wondered aloud with a hint of surprise, asking, "Oh? Why?" Found it quite strange to be having a conversation right outside the bathroom, feeling a bit awkward about the situation. He thought to himself, maybe that's really the case. And a faint sense of hope started to flicker within him. Wondered eagerly, "Are we going out for drinks today?" He said he was busy that day and couldn't do it. He also mentioned he needed to take Jaiwon somewhere. I was surprised and asked, "Who's Jaiwon? Is that a man?" His tone seemed a bit hurried and uncertain. Which made me curious about who Jaiwon really was. She told him he didn't need to know and urged him to keep walking. Then, with a hint of curiosity and surprise, she asked, "Sunbae, who exactly is this Jaiwon?" Told him to forget about it, explaining that she was only a young girl who had no connection to him whatsoever, and there was no need to worry about her. He stammered, I am here, just call me if you feel frightened when you're by yourself at home." Chuckled happily, saying that he understood and would send her a message as soon as he was inside. She wondered to himself, why do I have to be like this? The question weighed heavily on his heart, filled with confusion and sorrow. Thought that perhaps it was the stress that had been accumulating over the last several days, weighing heavily on his mind. Spending time with Jaiwon always leaves me feeling so unusual. It's a strange sensation that I can't quite describe. Ah, how it affects me deeply. He couldn't seem to find any peace, his mind was racing uncontrollably. Believed that, regardless of the situation, it had truly been impactful and successful. Though she was little, she never once thought about a Juma during the entire time she was with her aunt. Yunbil once mentioned that perhaps this was the path to healing and moving on, conveying a glimmer of hope amidst their struggles. Jaiwon Uni, he couldn't help but feel deeply drawn to the older man, an intense obsession that consumed his thoughts. His feelings for Jaiwon Uni grew stronger every day, leaving him both captivated and overwhelmed by his emotions. He whispered softly, "Is she awake?" "Hm?" Yunbil, with a hint of worry in his voice. She asked him, "What are you doing here?" He replied with a laugh, "What do you mean?" She said she had come to see if I was still alive because I hadn't replied, her worry evident in every word. Was certain that he was alive. "What?" she exclaimed in disbelief. He nervously admitted that it had nothing to do with how he was truly feeling overwhelmed and frustrated by the situation. She knew only a little, yet she felt overwhelmed. She wanted to stop complaining and step out, where her father was patiently waiting for her outside, full of love and understanding. He wondered anxiously if the Ajumma was still waiting. Wondered aloud, what could this be? It's hard to believe that only a few days have passed. She felt as though ages had passed since their last meeting, her voice trembling as she whispered, "It's been such a long time, Ajumma." Wondered aloud, what is this wave of nostalgia? Jaiwon, with a heart full of longing. She wondered how he was doing and excitedly shared that they were considering a trip to the beach. She eagerly asked Jaiwon for his opinion, hoping he would join them and share in the fun. Looked out at the beach, and a bittersweet smile crossed her face. During the time they were apart, she had become even more beautiful in his eyes, as if the distance had only deepened her charm and grace.